Hi, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to discuss a new problem statement of finding whether the number given is even or odd. Now, this may seem to be the very basic problem, and everyone knows how to do that by just checking whether the number is divisible by 2 or not. But we are going to discuss it in a new way by the way of bit manipulation or bit operation. Why this way? Because the bit manipulation way is more efficient than checking it by divisibility by 2. So let's understand this bit manipulation bit by bit. Okay, so here we have a on this whiteboard will explain you certain things. So first thing, you need to understand the representation of each numbers in bits. So one is represented as this got wrong. Okay, one is represented as 0 0 1. 2 is represented as 0 1 0. 3 is represented as 0 1 1. 4 is represented as 1 0 0. 5 is represented as 101, 6 as 110, and let's take up to 7. You can take up to any number you want. So 111. Okay. Now this is the bit representation of these numbers. Now the common thing here, if you can see, observe that every even number has 0 at its rightmost position or at the end. It ends with 0. Okay, and every odd number ends with 1 here. So 5 7 3 1, everyone ends with 1, whereas 2 4 6, all the odd numbers end with 0. So this is the first thing you need to observe before we continue. Okay, so you need to keep this in mind. Second thing is to know about AND operator. Okay, now if you are from electronics or computer science background, you must be knowing about it, and if you don't know still, or you want to recollect it, let make you understand. So given 2 bits, now why 2 bits? Because the binary system, there are only 2 things, either 0 or 1, and computer actually understands 0 or 1 more directly than it understands the decimal numbers. So whatever decimal number that we give as the input, or whatever decimal number that we apply operation on them, it first convert them into the bitwise or bit of their bits, and then perform certain operations. So doing a bitwise operation is more efficient than doing the operation on decimal numbers. So given 2 bits, for example 0 1 or 0, then or it can be 0 or 1, it can be 1 or 1, it can be 0 or 0. Okay, now what AND operator says that if any of the given bit is 0, then the result will be 0. Okay, and only in the case when both bits are 1, the result will be 1. Okay, so these are the 2 main concepts that you need to understand. Now by looking at both here, this AND operator, we can see that we will be using this concept, the concept of this AND operator, to find whether a number is even or odd. How? Let's see. So let's consider a number 5. 5 has a bit representation of 1 0 1. Okay, now we have to check whether this number is even or odd. Now how do we do that? So we know that at the end of the odd number, we have 1, and every even number, their bits end with 0. So we just have to apply the AND operation with the 1, and we have to see what we get. Okay, so 1 and 1 is 1, 0 and 0 is 0, 1 and 0 is 0. So this is the number we get, and this is equivalent to 1. So we get 1. If our result is 1, then it is called, or we can say that the number is odd. Now let's check about an even number. Another example, okay? So 6 representation is 1, 1, 0. Now let's do AND operation with 1. We just have to perform AND operation with 1 only. So 0 and 1 is 0, 1 and 0 is 0, 1 and 0 is 0. Okay, so we get this representation, and this bit equivalent is of the decimal number 0. So now we understand that how can we calculate, or how can we check whether a given number is 0 or 1, and this method or this way is more efficient than checking it by divisibility by 2. Okay, so now let's code this. So let's consider a number is 5. What we have to do is we have to write I and 1 equal to 0. If it comes I and 1, by applying the operator AND operator with 1, if it comes to be 0, then we know that the number is odd. So we will say, oh sorry, it's even. Else we will say it's odd. Now we don't have to check for the 1, because either the result will be 0 or 1, nothing else. So for this, if we check it, then we get it is odd. So if we write 72, now let's check out this big bit. So it is even. Okay, so it's as simple. Okay, so this way is very much efficient to use, and wherever you need to check for even or odd or any such conditions, you can do this. Okay, fine. So that's all for this video, and see you later. Bye bye.